Hello everyone, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna make a drop idea similar to Olly James' style. Olly James recently sent me his latest sample pack, Big Room Techno Volume 2, and today I like to make a drop idea using only his samples, and if you're ready, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, let's start with the kick and bass as usual. I like to start with maybe this kick drum. So let's put it like that. And I'm still thinking to have a rolling bass as well. So I'm routing it to its own channel, and now I'm gonna check the rolling bass loops. Maybe I can layer them together. Or maybe I can just use one of the offbeat bass lines too. So there are several possibilities while we are first starting the drop. So we can totally go something like that instead of a rumble. We can just lower the kick a little bit. So this is also an option, but we will see about it. I like to have a rolling bass line. Maybe this one, but let's put it one semitone up. I usually don't like to pitch the basses, but yeah, let's see how it's gonna be. It can work. We need to not forget, we gotta get rid of the sub frequencies of the bass because it's gonna just clash with the rumble. I'm gonna cut a little bit of sub. Now we got space for both our kick and bass. Let's give it some volume so we got some headroom. And also we can still sidechain the rolling bass, and with this we can make it more groovy. And also one more thing, if you like, you can just put any of the filter you like and cut the high frequencies, which makes the drop a little bit more techno. Okay, let's leave it like that. I think this is a very nice starting point. And yeah, so far so good. I'm enjoying the bass line, kick and bass. So now we need, I don't know, maybe we can put some drums. This one is good, very groovy. It has some shuffle going on. I like this. Yeah, definitely in the last part of the drop, we can have some drop rides. Before I, start working with the main leads, main initial idea of the drop, I like to put some drums. Then I can get into the vibe, get into the mood much more easier. Let me use this. Okay, so my idea is like that. I'm gonna start to drop like that. We will have some drop fill, just in there. And it's roughly something like that. The drop arrangement is gonna be something like that. And maybe we can have some drop claps as well. I don't know about the claps, to be honest, but we will see. If we like them, we can just keep them. So I think it's time to have some drop idea. We can have some lead. Maybe we can get some of the scene shots. Okay, let's start with the rave step. And then maybe this one. I'm thinking to have. So I like to make kind of something like the melody. I don't want to have only one note all the time. That's why maybe we can just change ending of this one. Okay, this sounds very nice. Let's duplicate it. Maybe in here, yeah, we can have another note. Dun dun. Maybe something like that. Maybe this one also can change. So we made this 600, so this should be 4. No, 5. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. Oh, this one should be 2 down. I forget to make it unique, right? Yeah, in here I need a drop fill. Maybe this one. Also this one. Something like that would fit. And also we can have some snares. I'm not working on the mix down, as you see. I'm just working on the main idea. So in the second part, I actually wanted to put everything 1 octave lower, but I think it's gonna be very bad quality because I'm using one-shot samples. So instead what I can do, maybe I can add one more layer to it. So let's make a layer pattern here, and maybe I can use one of the presets inside of it. Let's see. So now I'm gonna write the exact same MIDI with this. Let me quickly put a clipper so we are clipping. Maybe it's making bad noise on YouTube stream. That's why, yeah, let's be safe. Because this lead is very, very loud. Okay, this is the lead layer. So let's find a proper preset that fits to the synth that we choose. Yeah, this one can fit because it's very subtle sound, but it's just having a very wide spectrum, so it's gonna just support the main idea. I think we can just send them to its mixer channel so we can quickly process them. So the processing wise, I'm not gonna do that much magic. Put all of the variations, all of the unique sounds to the same channel so I can process them in one channel. So quickly, I'm gonna put a sidechain. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't go this hard, but we will see. Maybe we can just go with the free punch. I like to cut the low frequencies till 150 Hz. And then I like to put my delay reverb. And for that, I'm gonna use the Vocal FX tool. I don't know why I called it Vocal FX tool. I'm using it mostly for the leads. Yeah, it's gonna sound like that. And I think I can just grab these long notes because I feel like their reverb tail kinda too long. I just lowered it just a little bit. And I think we can have some OTT. And definitely we gotta fill those gaps. And you already know how to fill those gaps. We will just put a reverb with a very long decay, very big room. Just do your favorite reverb preset. And then we will just do it like that. So which is gonna help us to blue the sounds and also fill those gaps. It's gonna give it a little bit more interesting vibe. And you know, you don't need to just stop like that. You can always make this idea better. You can always extend this idea. Maybe in the second part or maybe in the ending of the first part, we can have, I don't know, maybe flanger automation. And maybe we can activate the flanger, something like that. And I always do something like that. I think that the reverb that we put is a little bit too loud. Instead of just putting every automation and lower them, I'm just double clicking the automation and adjusting the maximum amount in here. gonna quickly copy same chain so I can just send my Rave step to here to save some time, but we definitely don't need those things. I think those fills are a little bit too loud. Let's lower them a bit. Yeah, I think it sounds very good so far. Maybe we can add some acid. So, for ear candy, you know? Maybe, yeah, this one. Yeah, I think if I put it inside of the melody, it's a little bit, it's gonna be too rushed. But I think I can just use it in here. But it's too empty, right? So we can just put it to here, so it affects by some delay and reverb. But also, I'm thinking to route it to here in my template, and I like to have it a reverb tail. So I'm just drag dropping the reverb tail, and that's very simple, guys. Use an Edison to record these tails. It's very fast. So we got something like that now. And I think we can link the sidechain to here, because in the fill we don't need any sidechain. There's no kick. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop here because I think the main initial idea is already here. All we need to do is put it more ear candy, put it more, I don't know, white noise, sweep downs, maybe riser in the second part, and the first drop idea is totally done. So if I use it on a track, I probably in the first drop I would have something lighter. Maybe I wouldn't even use the rolling bass and we could have some drop idea like that. And in the second part, I will add the rolling bass with the drop leads itself. So we will have two drop idea. If you have this one, it's very not that hard to convert it to a full song. All you need is a decent breakdown and give it some time to make it perfect. So I think the Olly James new Big Room Techno sample pack is really good and is really worth a check. This is not a sponsored video, so I'm just trying to support the music that I believe that I like. So I'm gonna put a link in the description if you wanna check the sample pack out. Today that was it, guys. Now I'm gonna play the final result one more time. See you on the next video. Bye bye.